We offer artist talks and artist lectures that people come to see the exhibition. Our workshops are for ages 13 and up, so more the adult teenager range. And some of our workshops that are coming up are, we're going to do teaching how to build a picnic table in March.
Oh,
In, in April, we're going to be doing how to frame a piece of art. And in May, we're going to teach cyanotypes. So there are a lot of things for adults too. I would say we have equal programming for all ages.
thank you for joining us for another episode of Spotlight Houston, where we bring you the best of the people, places, and events in Houston. This week, we take you on a visit with Tarina Frank, the Education Director at the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft. We learn more about this museum, their exhibits and programs, and all the fun activities they offer. This week, we're also testing out an AI voice as part of the show. You'll hear Gabby at the end of our featured interview with a short recap of the information shared. Let us know what you think. We're also sharing a short recap of episode 66, spotlighting the Houston Food Bank. And now your host, Blanca Quesada.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Spotlight Houston. It's great to have you here. When we mention artists, we think of painters and sculptors, but there's other types of artists. And I'm talking about the talented people that create crafts, amazing crafts. And did you know there's a place here in Houston that can teach you everything that you want to know about different types of crafts? There is, and it's called the Houston Center for Contemporary Crafts. And by the way, they have hands-on classes and some are free, and they also have great exhibits, special events, and so much more. It's incredible what they can do at the Houston Center for Contemporary Crafts. Anyway, here to tell us all about the center is Tarina Frank. She is the education director for the center. So, Tarina, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm really happy because I want to know everything that the center teaches to our community. First of all, talk to us about what the mission is, why this center was created.
Sure. So we are located in the museum district. Our mission is to advance education about craft. We have exhibitions on contemporary craft. We have artist studios in the building. That means that visitors can walk in and actually see an artist working, talk to them, ask them questions. We have educational programs. Some are free, some are paid. And we also have a craft garden on site. So we grow a lot of our materials in the garden that we use for various projects. And the artists and residents can harvest materials from the garden as well to use in their work. We are open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we also offer free admission just in that museum district where there is the walking distance from the Museum of Fine Arts Houston, from the Contemporary Arts Houston. And, a lot of people get the Contemporary Craft and the Contemporary Arts Museum confused from each other, but it's a common mistake. But one thing that you can think about if you don't know what the difference between craft and art is, but we think about craft as thinking about the foundational materials of craft. So those would be fibers, wood, glass, metal, and I always forget one, ceramics. So again, fibers, metal, glass, wood, and ceramics are our foundations, are the mediums or the materials that we focus on. And those materials have a history or a tradition of being materials that are used to make functional objects. So if you think about a craftsman or a person who is an expert in their craft, they are experts at usually one technique or one material. If you think about ceramics, you have a ceramicist. They basically only do ceramics. And ceramics historically has been used to make urns, pots, plates, things for use. And then if you compare that to art as not a primary function as far as like our bodies, we look at paintings, we enjoy drawings, and they're usually Sculptures are not usually meant to do something for us. So that would be the way to, and then also artists are typically experts in their as artists painting and drawing, but they're not necessarily experts in a particular medium as a craftsperson would be. So you don't have a ceramicist typically also, if you think historically, the person in a community who is making ceramic bowls would not also be making furniture. They would really be an expert at one or the other.
Yeah. And with crafts, you could actually touch them and use them. It's not like you hang a painting or a sculpture. They actually have a use.
Yes. Although we cannot touch any of the works at the craft center
Okay.
that are on display.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's
Mhm.
understandable. But as a regular person that is doing
Mhm.
crafts like weaving and things like that, yeah, if you're doing it yourself, yeah, you can touch them, or if you're
Or
selling
use
them,
it.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So, what are some of the types of programs that you teach at the craft center?
So one of our most popular programs is called Hands on Houston. It's one of the longest running free art programs in the city of Houston. So first Saturday of every month is a free craft activity with us. It's always from 11 to 3 p.m. and it's always the first Saturday of the month. You can check our website for the upcoming schedule, but it's usually different. It's usually coinciding with a current event, a resident artist, something that's also on display. And like I said, it's always free. You don't
Yeah.
have to come all the whole hours. You can come anytime, drop in between 11 and 3 p.m. Although we can run out of supplies. So we encourage people to come well before 2:30 to make sure
Yeah.
you can make with us. But yeah,
Can you bring your own supply?
we provide everything you need. So every month is a different theme or project, and we're providing everything you would need. But if sometimes we might say, we're going to do an indigo dye. If you want to bring a handkerchief or something that you want to dye, you could. But for the most part, we provide everything we need.
Yeah. But for March, I understand you have this special event on the first Saturday.
In March 2nd, it'll actually be even bigger than it usually is. So we call that day Crafts Community Day. It's like a supersized version of Hands on Houston in the way that we invite local guilds or local craftspeople from the city of Houston to do demonstrations that day. And each of those guilds and groups will have a way for participants to try out something. For example, Clay Houston will be there throwing on the wheel or hand building, and people can play with clay and experiment with material. There will be the hand weavers. They will have mini looms that people can take and weave with. We'll have the blacksmiths who are going to be doing blacksmith demonstrations. We'll have the wood turners, the woodworkers. So I think in total, we have about 15 different groups that will be demonstrating the different craft skills. And then you can learn more about, if you want to learn more about doll making or beading, you can find out more from them about their group and what classes and things they offer.
So this is going to be your special festival.
Yeah, so that's March 2nd. It's still 11 to 3. It'll actually next Saturday. So mark your calendars. And we'll also have a food truck on site. As usual, you can see the exhibitions and the artist studios. There will be activities for everybody to do, some games and such, but definitely larger than our normal Hands on Houston.
Yeah. Will you be giving tours as well?
We probably will have what we call Ask Me docents in the gallery. So people who can help answer questions, but there won't necessarily be ongoing tours. For a tour, which are always free, you just need at least 2 weeks in advance to give us a heads up that you want a tour, but they are free.
Do the programs change every month or every week?
Every month we have a different Hands on Houston program. Every month we also offer a different workshop for people to take with us. Seasonally, we have different programs. So another program that's coming up in March is our Spring Break Week. And that's Hands on Houston mini version, basically every day of spring break. So March 11th through 15th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Each day will be a different free hands-on craft activity. And that's a really popular one. Everybody who's out of school that week will have something to come and do with us. And we partner with different community groups. On Monday, we're going to be doing polymer clay. On Tuesday, the contemporary hand weavers will come and do circle weaving with us. On Wednesday, the Ukrainian arts group will come and teach Petrikivka. It's a very hard word to say, but it's the traditional Ukrainian decorative painting. And we're going to be using some flat wooden egg ornaments that you can use for Easter or decorate with. On Thursday, we're going to be doing natural dyes with Urban Harvest. And then on Friday, we're going to do some collages with our current resident artist, Robert.
What I like about the center is that it's not just for adults, you also teach children.
Most of these activities are family friendly. So we encourage people from ages 3 and up to come. But I try really hard to make sure that all of our activities are, interesting to all age groups, whether you're 3 years old or 100 years old. So we do have a big range of our audience.
Summer's coming up pretty quickly. So do you have a summer camp for kids?
We do have a summer camp, but it is sold out for the whole summer.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We offer craft camp for ages 5 to 9. One thing I would say is that if you are interested in taking camp the next summer, please get a membership as a household level membership, because that will offer you early access to register for camp.
Yeah.
So camp filled up, I think, in 15 minutes. The whole summer was sold out in 15 minutes.
Wow.
But I will say we do offer scholarships for camps, and those are not closed yet. So if you want a free week of camp, you can apply on our website and we are offering, I think, up to 16 scholarships this summer.
Yeah, you just, in a couple of words, told us how interesting and how much people love the Houston Center for Contemporary Crafts, how it can attract lots of different people and mainly children to come in, and how much fun it is.
We do offer for adults. We offer workshops as well. And then we are kind of a mecca for, obviously, our exhibitions. So, we offer artist talks and artist lectures that people come to see the exhibition. Our workshops are for ages 13 and up. So more the adult teenager range. And some of our workshops that are coming up we're going to do teaching how to build a picnic table in March. In April, we're going to be doing how to frame a piece of art. And in May, we're going to teach cyanotypes. So there are a lot of things for adults too. I would say we have equal programming for all ages.
Yeah. And you have a lot of programs in March. But for April, I like that you're going to have a program on kite.
Yes. The first Saturday of the month. So our Hands in Houston activity will be kite making. We have a kite artist who's going to be coming as a resident artist, Hai Wen. And Hai Wen will be teaching kite making with us. And it will be on April 6th, I believe, is the first Saturday. And that happens to be the day before the kite festival at Herman Park.
Yeah.
Just the next day, you can fly your kite at Herman Park and that you have made yourself.
Yeah. And he creates beautiful kite. Yeah.
And so right now for our current exhibitions, we have one exhibition in our main and front gallery called This Side Up, which features work of mount makers, crate builders, and exhibition fabricators. These are the craftspeople who are doing the behind the scenes work within museums and galleries. They're the ones who actually do all the technical work to hang the artwork. And so they themselves are often artists, and they have an exhibition of their artwork that is referencing this world of art handling. So this group exhibition frames art handling and collection care practices within the field of craft and brings an unprecedented attention to the specialized knowledge, skill, apprenticeship, problem solving, and deep understanding of materials required to build and support art infrastructure.
So how many exhibits do you have now?
Right now we have 2. So that's in our main gallery and our front gallery. In our Asher Gallery, we have an exhibition called Fiber in 3D Indigo Houston, which is a site-specific installation by Bags McKelvey, who is using 6,000 feet of hand-cut denim rope and has created like an immersive room for people to experience. It's really relaxing. There's some bean bags in there so you can relax in there. And then since it is featuring denim, traditionally denim is dyed with indigo, and we grow indigo in our garden as well. So you can see the plants, you can see all of the beautiful work by Bags McKelvey and kind of experience it. We often like to call it like farm to table, from the gardens through the studios to the galleries. We have all of that at the Craft Center.
And what's the other exhibit?
The Indigo Houston show, made from the jeans by Bags McKelvey, is our second exhibition.
Oh, okay. Okay. And will the artists be there?
No, I mean the artworks, they're on exhibition view, don't necessarily have the artists there in person, but we do have artists in their studios for the artist residency program. So that's a separate program, and basically we have 4 artist studios on site with artists in their studios who are working there. And down that hallway, we also have an exhibition of the previous cycles group of artwork. So artists who are working in last year as a resident artists.
Yeah. And you have online all the requirements to become a resident artist.
Yes. So right now the application to become a resident artist is open, and the deadline for the next group would be March 1st. I was a former resident artist, 13 years ago.
Wow.
There is a strong community of craftsmen people, and I encourage as many people who are interested to apply.
So do you have free programs online?
We have a Learn page on our website right now that has a list of really interesting projects that people can explore. We encourage people to join us on Instagram, Facebook, because a lot of those projects live there. And so you can try out different craft projects at home with a lot of materials that you probably already have.
Do you need volunteers to help out?
We do sometimes. We have a volunteer application at all the time. It depends on what people are interested in. Right now, for Hands in Houston, we probably have enough volunteers for right now. But I will say we are looking for an intern for the summer, and that would be for our summer camp. We're looking for someone who is in high school or in college, who's a student looking to get a couple weeks of experience working in a museum and helping out with the camp. So there's an application for that.
Yeah. So how can we help the center? Can we bring in donations, different types of materials maybe to donate, or?
Materials, it depends. I would say sometimes we do a specific call out for specific items. For the most part, getting the word out, I think a lot of people don't know about the Craft Center. So sharing and talking about it online, coming to any of our events. And then we have a big spring luncheon that's coming up soon. That would be a really great way if you can buy a ticket online. And that is our main source of fundraising for the year. So we feature a really nice silent auction for exclusive artwork from various artists in the craft field. And it's just a nice lunch to join. But that is one of our biggest ways to support the craft. You can always just come and visit us. And if you enjoy your visit, we have a donation box as well.
Is it only kids that are of a certain age, or can people bring in toddlers and babies?
Yeah, of course. We encourage it. Like I said, no touching of the artwork in the building. If anyone decides to climb the walls or mess with the artwork too much, then we might ask them not to do that. But for the most part, we encourage all visitors of all ages and come see us.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that it's a family environment.
Yeah, especially on our family days. I would say on a normal day where we don't have programming, there might not be as much for a young toddler to touch and do, since we don't allow touching. But I do say art is for everyone. So looking and exploring through the studios and through the galleries should be no problem for most ages.
And I guess some of the programs, you do need to pay a fee for them.
The workshops, you must register in advance online, and they're almost always going to sell out. So I would say look online and see which workshop you're interested in and register online. So each of them have a different price. But tours are free. You just need to email us 2 weeks in advance if you have a group of 10 or more. And the group, typically we can only accommodate up to 20, but if you have more than 20, we can divide them into smaller groups to accommodate a tour. But our family days, our spring break, our craft community days, those are free.
Yeah. And if people need more information or more details about the Houston Center for Contemporary Crafts, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find us at crafthouston.org or also on Facebook and Instagram. Our handle is at Craft Houston. But if you're looking for our physical location, it would be 4848 Main Street, which is in the Museum District. We are a red building on the corner of Main Street and Rosedale. And we encourage people to park behind our building, which is on the corner of Rosedale and Travis. There is a large parking lot there, and that is where most people enter the building. Our address will direct you to the Main Street location, which is like our front doors. There is not parking there, it's just one spot. So we go around and go to the back, and that's where you'll have an adequate parking place and also the garden access. And our back doors are there, but that is our most common entrance.
Is there a phone number where people can call?
713-529-4848. That's our main line.
Is there anything that you can think of that would be really important for people to know when they come to the center?
Yeah, we get a lot of visitors who are traveling all over the world. Sometimes people come straight from the airport, which is fine. But we ask that large bags are kept behind the front desk. Food and drink is not allowed in the galleries, but you can leave those also at the front desk. Those are our biggest asks. Like I said, we've already said no touching of most of the artwork in the gallery. There might be some exhibitions where there is more interaction, but for the most part, our general rule of thumb is that most things are not to be touched.
Yeah, it's just a really fun place to go to. And like you mentioned earlier, if you want to be part of one of the programs or workshops, you need to register early, right?
Yeah. Registration for the workshops is required and a fee, but our Hands-on Houston, our spring break activities, those are no registration required.
Is there a limit as to how many people can join those classes?
I do my projections and I try to guess how many people will come based on social media and just previous months. So I probably plan for 200 people, and typically don't run out. Like I said, if you come at 2:45, it might be too late for you to do a project at that time since the event ends at 3. So really factor that into your visit. Come, I would say at least before 2:30 in order to finish the project with enough time and you're not rushing. Project usually only take about 20 to 30 minutes, but some people like to take their time. But for our bigger events like Craft Community Day, we usually get like 600 to 800 people.
Wow. I'm glad I found this place. It's really enjoyable and you get to learn a lot of different things. And you might not like one craft, but you may love another. There's something there for everyone, something different, something fun and exciting for everyone, and something creative.
Thank you for reaching out.
Yeah. Tarina, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed all the information that you gave us, and I'm ready to go back because it is a lot of fun and you get to learn a lot of things and check them out online.
Yeah. Come and join us.
Okay. So again, thank you so much. And of course, like always, I would like to thank you for joining me for this edition of Spotlight Houston. And if you have any comments, please let me know. And if you have any story ideas, please reach out and get in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Blanca.
And that wraps up another exciting interview with Spotlight Houston. We dove deep into the world of the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft, a true gem in our city. Let's recap some of the information our guests shared today. They are located at 4848 Main Street in the heart of the Museum District. Remember, they're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the best part, admission is absolutely free. Whether you're a craft fan or just looking for a unique Houston experience, there's something for everyone. Don't forget about the Big Craft Community Day on Saturday, March 2nd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a fantastic opportunity to engage with the craft community, and it's free and open to all. And for those looking for some creative fun during spring break, mark your calendars for daily activities from March 11 to March 15 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's a perfect family-friendly event that's also free to the public. Interested in learning a new skill? Check out their upcoming workshops in March, April, and May. Fee and registration information can be found on their website. Now, let's highlight the upcoming workshops that promise enriching experiences. The Picnic Table Workshop is set for 2 sessions. Session 1 on Friday, March 8th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Session 2 on Saturday, March 9th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Participants will have the chance to create and personalize their own picnic table masterpieces. Ready to frame your memories? Join the Framing Workshop on Saturday, April 13th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., where you'll learn the ins and outs of framing art and photographs. The Kite Making Session on Saturday, April 6th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. invites you to design and fly your own kite, a perfect way to welcome spring. Dive into textile arts with the Indigo Dyed Handkerchiefs Workshop on Saturday, May 4th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Learn the techniques of indigo dyeing and take home a beautiful, functional piece of art. If you have any questions or just want to learn more, feel free to reach out to them at 7135294848 or visit their website at crafthouston.org, crafthouston.org. The Houston Center for Contemporary Craft is eager to welcome you and share the magic of craft. This week, we're sharing a short replay of episode 66, where we took you behind the scenes at the Houston Food Bank. We sat down with Sarah E. Latoni, Volunteer Experiences Manager for the Houston Food Bank, to talk about how the organization aids those in need in our community. You can catch the entire episode at spotlighthouston.com.
So, the Houston Food Bank, well, one, we are the largest food bank in the nation in terms of distribution, and we provide access to 120 million nutritious meals in 18 counties through our 1,600 community partners of food pantries, soup kitchens, social service providers, and schools. And we really are filling gaps on plates, and we have a strong focus on healthy foods and fresh produce to not just provide meals, but provide nutritious meals. And in collaboration with our community, we advocate for policy change and racial equity, and we promote dialogue on ways to increase access to food and to improve the lives of those in our communities. This includes services and connections to programs that address the root causes of hunger and are aimed to helping families achieve long-term stability. So not just a meal for the night, but a nutrition, education, health management, and helping with securing state-funded assistance if need be.
Yeah, and congratulations, because you've received the 4-star rating from the Charity Navigator for the 13th year in a row.
Thank you.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, we
But-
strive really hard here to be the best that we can be to serve our community.
Right. And what I think is so great about you is that you're not just there for the holidays. And a lot of people think that, okay, this is when I'm going to volunteer. It's the holidays. That's when more volunteers are needed. But really, it's throughout the year.
Exactly. And we have quite a few programs that go on daily, some as much as 7 days a week. So we're here every single day, making sure that we're impacting lives.
That's great. No. So how many counties does the Houston Food Bank serve?
So we serve in total 18 counties, including Montgomery, Galveston, Brazos Valley, and Trinity River area, but a total of 18 counties.
So how is it that the volunteers help out?
Yeah, so our volunteers are able to help through monetary donations and also through coming in and being a part of the projects that we have here at the Houston Food Bank. Those projects can consist of builds for our Backpack Buddy program, which give back to those kids who need the meals over the weekends, who are probably relying on like their lunch meals or breakfast meals that are provided by the school. And then we provide those breakfast, lunch, and dinners on the weekends.
Do you also provide it for when there's school breaks, when they have school breaks?
Yes. So we provide it during that time as well.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Spotlight Houston, a production of Story Zone Media.